Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Here tonight we are at well, Daytona. Not something we see very often here on Ultimate Dirt TV, but it has made an appearance every once in a while. Asphalt here on Ultimate Dirt TV. So we are going to be covering the iRacing IROC Challenge Series Truck Series here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll be following their entire series, so make sure you stick around and enjoy the show. I am William Duvall. Joining me shortly should be Greg Rentz. He's currently working on some mic issues, but he will be joining us shortly. We hope, fingers crossed, keep your fingers crossed. Say a little prayer, so we know nobody wants to listen to me all race along. But hopefully he'll get here shortly. Practice is getting ready to end here in just a few seconds, rolling into qualifying. This is round number 1 at Daytona. Very excited to see this. I love super speedway racing. Side-by-side battling. You usually get it all race long. Got 90 laps here on the dock for tonight. But first things first, it is time for qualifying. Alright, rolling over, we're going to find out exactly who the first person out on track is going to be, and it looks like it is going to be the number 15 machine of Vincent Short. This is a closed qualifying, so everybody coming out on the track at the same time. They got their own little, basically their own little server here during qualifying to come out and put a lap time down, so the lap times will be coming in very quickly. You see Vincent Short there in the 15. Cody Harger is also out on track at the moment, as well as Matthew Brower and Eric Dotson. We'll be watching here to see what kind of times these drivers put down. Hopefully Greg makes it in soon. Vincent Short takes the green flag, rolling out of turn number 2 right now and down the back straightaway. We'll see what kind of a lap time he can put down. Many other drivers out on track as well, seeing what they can do. One driver out here just says Loud Pedal Gaming. I'm not real sure who that actually is. I'll have to get a hold of our race admin so I can find the name so we can get that put into our overlays. So Vincent Short puts down the first time. It's going to be a 52.14 for his first lap. We'll see who can put down what and what else we can get out here tonight. Cody Harger puts down a 52.523. Now moving into second place is going to be Matthew Bauer, but new quick time on the board is going to be 52.127 for Eric Dotson. And now Greg has made it in. Welcome, Greg. We're already into qualifying. Uh-oh. Still not looking good for Greg's microphone issues, but we are actively working on it. Out on track right now is David Trumbley. Brian McCann moves to the top of the boards with a 52.046 for quick time. Drivers are very close together on times. You notice top 3 are all in the 52.0 bracket. It's going to be Brian McCann, Vincent Short, Cody Harger, your top 3 so far here in qualifying. Many more drivers to come. Looking right now at David Trumbley in that number 96 machine, coming around for his 2nd time. And it turns number 3 and 4. We'll see what he can put down this time by. I guess that was 1 and 2. Forgive me, not really used to this whole asphalt thing. Working on it. Still working on finding out who the driver of the Loud Pedal Gaming is there on the timing and scoring so we can get him in. David Trumbull in that 96 machine. It's going to stay 17th quick with a 53.777. Chris Wally out on track for his first lap right now. I'm not sure if this is his out lap or if he's... Chris Wally getting ready to set down his first time. He is one of the guys behind the scenes here in the truck series. In that number 5 machine, his first time is going to go 3rd quick with a 52.06 for Chris Wally in that pink and white number 5. Very good time for Chris Wally. What can he put down for lap number 2? We'll find out here in just a second. Doug Wasaki, Aaron Smith, and Matt Henry also join him out on the track. So we're still actively working on Greg's microphone, as well as getting the name of Loud Pedal Gaming. Chris Wally stays 3rd quick with a 52.06. Doug Wasaki takes the green flag for his first lap out here at Daytona Speedway. It's a long way around this track. Kyle Pendergraft is the name of the Loud Pedal Gaming driver. So with just about 2 minutes left here in qualifying, we're going to go ahead and step aside for a quick commercial break and thank our sponsors, get a word from them. We'll be right back. And we are back here with the Spartan Logistics iRacing IROC Challenge Series here live from Daytona International Speedway. And it is time for your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole for McCann Racing, it is Brian McCann in the 3 machine. To his outside is going to be Vincent Short in the 15. Inside of row number 2 is going to be Chris Wally in the 5 machine. To his outside is going to be Aaron Smith in the 70. Kevin McCann is going to take up inside row number 3 in the 33. To his outside is going to be Cody Harger. To his outside, inside of row number 4 is going to be Jesse King. To his outside is going to be Steve Singer. Inside row number 5 is going to be Cook Quick. And Joshua Funkhauser on his outside, Neil Quick. And Eric Dodson, row number 6. Brian McCubbin and Kyle Pendergraft, row number 7. Doug Wasaki, Matthew Bauer, row number 8. Matt Henry, Brandon Mefford, row number 9. For some reason we have 2 Kyle Pendergrafts. One of them is going to be Cole, I believe. I'm going to have to fix that. Here we go. Green flag is out on a racetrack, and that is Brian McCann bringing us to the green. We're going to step aside for a little bit of Ultimate Dirt TV's Crank It. Here we come out of turn number 4. We hope you enjoyed all these sights and sounds of the NASCAR trucks here for the iRacing IROC Challenge Series. Still leading the way right now. It is Cody Harger, followed by Brian McCann. Now peeking out around the outside is the number 3 truck of Brian McCann, looking to make a move. He sticks his way up there to the front of the outside row. He's got 15 of Vincent Short pushing him. Chris Wally is the second man on the inside, pushing Brian McCann 2x2 all the way through this entire field. We had one car slow on the apron there earlier. That was Aaron Smith. He finds his way back to the back. Made a good move to get out of the way of the leaders. We're rolling 2x2 all the way around this track right now. Cody Harger leading the way in that number 66 machine. Harger already up 5 spots from where he started this race, and leading, making quick moves up to the front. Will it pay off in the long run? Not a lot of shakers, not a lot of movers out here in this race so far. We are only 5 laps in. On the inside, it is Harger to the outside, McCann. McCann back to the race lead at the stripe, heading back into turn number 1. He's got the 15 of Vincent Short pushing him. Outside row seems to have the advantage at the moment. See drivers peeking out, getting that cooler air. McCann moving back to the bottom. That gives the lead of the outside row back to Vincent Short. Now looking for the lead, Vincent Short has at the stripe on the outside row. That outside row is the place to be right now by the looks of it. Inside line getting the run down the straightaways, but the outside row carrying the momentum down the straights. I guess I said that backwards. Inside row carrying the speed through the turns, or getting the run through the turns, and contact between the race leaders. Vincent Short, Brian McCann make contact, stacking up the field right in front of everybody. The leaders come together. This is going to make a big difference in the field here. See if we can get a look at our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. See Vincent Short just flipping through the air there. Trying to see if we can get back just a little bit further. See if we can get back just a little bit further. See him going down the back straightaway there, the 15. Looks like he gets a little push from the 6, and then he goes to come down the track. Just comes down too much. It gets into Brian McCann. McCann's able to save it and keep on going. But that is going to leave him with a lot of damages after the contact with the 15. He gets into the wall. Drivers slip and slide and going all over the place. Other drivers are also involved. It's going to be the 5 machine of Chris Wally, the 6 of Steve Singer, and several other drivers. Kevin McCann, Jesse King, Eric Dotson, all gaining contact during that. A tough break for several drivers involved in that wreck. So we take a look back up in the front. McCann, Harger, Quick, Tremble, Brower, and Clark opting not to pit. However, Kevin McCann, Jesse King, all those drivers currently on pit road. See, 33 and the 93 both sitting right there. There's more drivers filing in. You notice all the trucks out here tonight actually have the same paint scheme. Their names written across the back. A little bit of color change, but other than that, everybody's got the exact same car out there. Something that this league does is pretty neat. We'll try to see if we can't get a closer look. We have a drone out there tonight. There's a closer look at the number 3 machine of Brian McCann. See his right front all tore up, as well as his left front took a hard hit to both sides there. I don't think, did not mean to pull that one. We'll see if we can get a better shot of the rear end. You see a lot of damage to the rear end of that car, as well as to Cody Harger. Cody Harger retained a lot of damage to the back end of that car, as he was also involved in the wreck. That aero damage hurts these drivers quite a lot here at Daytona. At number 3 on the side of Brian McCann, you see it there just about rubbed off of the car. You see Nikki Yoop, welcome to the stream. If you've never hit that subscribe button, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and do that. And anybody else watching over here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, helps out the channel a lot. The lights are out on the pace truck, getting ready to go green this time by. And everybody joining us over on Facebook, throw a comment down YouTube wherever you're watching. Say hello, tell us where you're watching from, and tell us who you're rooting for. Give me something to talk about here, as well as it looks like it might just be me. Greg is still working on his mics, but it's not looking good. So fingers crossed that we get all of that sorted out. As we get set to go, green flag racing here once again at Daytona International Speedway. Brian McCann leading the way. Cody Harger on his outside. David Trumbull in that third position with Matthew Brower will be restarting on his outside, and Hunter Clark will round out your top 5, rolling out of turn number 4. Pace truck going to be diving off here momentarily. The field will be in the hands of Brian McCann. Will he be able to hold on with the damages? Both drivers on the front row holding on to a lot of damages. McCann and Harger. Green flag is out. McCann getting a good run on the restart. But will those damages hurt him once the draft comes back into play? Harger looking back to his outside, side by side into turn number 1. McCann, Harger, here comes the 96, gaining quickly on them. The 96 of Trumbull looks like he's got a little bit of nose damage as well. He did not pit. I don't believe Brower did as well. Brower retaining a little bit of damage there on the front of that machine. You see the 88, that is Jared Wiedner getting that side draft going 3 wide for that. This battle for the lead still going on with McCann and Harger. The 98, or 88, that will be a 98. 98 of Matthew Brower still looking on the outside, 3 wide. There they go, shuffle it back. Brower falls back into... Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong car here. Who is that? That was the 88. Jared Wiedner. Or Widener, not really sure how you pronounce his name. But Harger takes the lead from McCann, getting the push from the 98 of Brower. Brower sitting there in third. Brower looking on the high side. He's either peeking out for some air or looking to go 3 wide for the lead, but thinks better of it. Falls back into second. The 96. That's going to be David Trumbull still running on the second row inside. He's trying to push McCann as much as he can. McCann and Trumbull both have a lot of damages. The 98 being the best looking car in this front group right now. The 80 of Wiedner as well with damage to his spoiler. There very well may not have been a truck out there that did not pick up any damage in that caution. However, these drivers do have a quick repair. You notice most of these drivers don't have any damages on their truck anymore. Some of them back at the back do still. Most of them got them sorted out. Cody Harger, that not seeming to affect him too terribly much as he moves into the lead. Brian McCann falls in behind him. The outside of the line of 98 and the 88. That is going to be Wiedner and Wiedner and Brower looking to make a move around the outside, trying to get that side draft going. A couple trucks coming around the outside, working their way back up there with them. A third one falls into that line right there. That is going to be the 2 machine. I believe that was a 2. Trying to figure out who that is. Falling in there with them as well. Does not appear to be a 2 on the timing tower. So I'm not 100% sure who that is. That is Quick, actually. Clark. That says Clark, not Quick. Yes, Clark. I'm not sure who that is, but he moves into the second row on the outside. The outside row is really starting to get that run going once again. So we see the damage is really starting to take effect to that number 3 machine of Brian McCann. Brian looks like he's struggling to keep up with the drivers there in front of him. But is it? It says Quick, but I'm showing Quick in 19th. Let's see here. Is Quick a lap down? Let me find out here. Quick is indeed a lap down, but he is running up there right now. Quick has just taken his lap back over the leaders, leading the way around the outside. Quick is now up front, but he is back in 19th. So I was right to start with. Quick is the number 2 machine. So right now your race leader is the 88 machine of Jarrett Wiedner. He has now come through the field up 22 positions from the start. And our current hard charger, see him right there, he's got the damage on the tail end of that machine. Putting Quick back a lap down once again. And the 8 machine of Cole Pendergraph is up there as well, trying to get his lap back, as he's actually the one pushing the leader of Jarrett Wiedner right now. There goes the number 70. You see him slow around the outside. That is Aaron Smith. That might not be the 70, actually. I'm not sure who that was. I saw the yellow, thought it was the 70, but he's currently running in 11th. So your top 5 right now separated by several lap cars in the mix. Leading the way right now is Jarrett Wiedner in the 88 machine. Vincent Short in the 15, working his way back up. Matthew Brower now takes over second in that 98. You see him there on the inside following the lap car of Cole Pendergraph. Now with going 3 wide with the number 4 machine. And number 4 being piloted by Mike Harper, another lapped car in this lead pack right now. Several lap drivers in the lead pack, with Neil Quick working his way around the outside trying to get his lap back. Harper all alone on the far outside, going 3 wide, looking to make his way around to try to get his lap back as well. Be interested to see if we get somebody going up there to go and push him. I just saw another Quick. That'd be Cook Quick, and then a 54 machine getting ready to come into play as this lead pack is coming around. Full of lap traffic and going to be another lap car getting into the mix. Harper in that 4 machine holding strong around the outside. He is a lap down, but he is working very hard to get his lap back. $18 down, running on lap number 19 right now. Your race leader is still Jarrett Wiedner. A few folks over in chat. Brian Reich. That's a good looking bunch of trucks. Yes, it is. It looks very good. All the trucks sitting out there looking the same. It's a very classy look, I think. I quite like it. Widener. Thank you, Mef Diddy Widener. Can't hear the trucks too well. Alright, we will try and fix that. Some of the mics on the cameras might be a little bit quieter than others as well. That could be part of the reason. I see 3 wide, the 98 machine of Matthew Brower coming through the middle. That's going to be the lap truck of Cole Pendergraph pushing him through the center. Now the number 2 machine of Quick is going to drop back down in front of them. Drivers moving all around. King has come into play. Jesse King, lap truck on the bottom right there. You see drivers checking up all over the place right there. Rick. Okay, Brian Rick. Got it. I am not good with... Oh, I'm okay with names, I like to think. But If I'm pronouncing something wrong, do definitely correct me. I don't want to butcher everybody's name. Get it, Doug and Brandon Falcon, says Troy Radford. So Doug and Brandon. Got a fan out there watching you here tonight. Doug, looking for Doug's name in the timing tower. Doug Wasaki. I feel like I've raced Doug over on the dirt side. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I have. And then Brandon Mefford. I've seen Mefford a lot. I don't know if it's the same Mefford that I've watched race in another asphalt series or not. But I've seen Mefford quite a lot. So Jarrett Widener still leading the way in that number 88 machine. Lapped cars looking around the outside, trying to get their laps back. That's the 8 of Cole Pendergraft right there. That just moved down in front of the leader. And then the 2 machine of Neil Quick trying to work his way around. He has no help at the moment. The truck's coming from behind. He's not going to fall back. And then the 4 machine. We got the leader of Jarrett Widener is surrounded right now by lap traffic. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 lapped cars surrounding him right now. And then the 66 of Cody Harger, you see him right there in that pink and black machine, running right behind the lapped cars. Not something you see very often. Yeah, Brian, I hated to see that too when you sent that screenshot. I'm not going to lie, my heart kind of broke because I've seen those issues. I've dealt with those issues. I started out iRacing on a laptop, and here I am now with 3 monitors and doing the broadcasting. So the laptop that I had was really close to grenading and couldn't run iRacing at anything higher than 30 FPS. So it was time to upgrade. So I know just quite a bit how you feel. Widener still leading the way. Issues in the radio for Chris Wally. Said his mic is not working at the moment. Jarrett Widener, with the damages on his car, is still leading the way, being pushed and pulled by 2 lap cars right now. And there are a lot of repeating names. That is Dakota Clark up there as well in the lead pack. The majority of the lead pack actually made up by lap traffic, which is not something you see very often. I'm the other Mefford, Chris Mefford, on vacation this week. Ah, gotcha. Out of curiosity, do either of you Meffords, or have either of you guys ever raced in the Northwest Racing Series, Cup, Truck, any of those? I feel like that might be where I've seen your guys' name before. The only lead lap cars out there right now in the lead pack, and the leader's going into the pits. Jarrett Widener pulls it into the pits for his pit stop. Give the lead to Kyle Pendergraft in the 14 machine. Chris Wally joining him on pit road, as well as Mike Harper in the 4. Pendergraft now moving into the lead. These drivers down here, if I'm not mistaken, correct me in chat, I believe the drivers are running 75% fuel out here tonight, and they have 5 sets of tires. I don't think so. I just race whatever comes available. Gotcha. Well, not real sure where I remember your guys' name from then, unless you guys race dirt. Other than that, I really couldn't say for sure. Now leading the way is that 14 truck. You see him right there. He has got 5 trucks in front of him right now, all lapped traffic for that number 14 machine. You see him right there in that orange and white number 14, pushing the 93. That's the 93 of, let me find him on the timing tower. Is that an 83? No, that's a 93. Alright, so where's the 93 on my timing tower here? That would be Jesse King, actually. So I want to thank everybody here once again for joining us over here on Ultimate Dirt TV, going asphalt. Obviously, we don't do that very often as we are Ultimate Dirt TV, but every once in a while we like to dip our toes into the waters here on asphalt and have a little bit of fun. We're going to be following the Spartan Logistics iRacing IROC Challenge Series. That's a tongue twister. Say it too that bad. I just can't speak, apparently. But I hope everyone is enjoying the show as much as I am. Currently leading the way, it is Kyle Pendergraph in the 14. Then in the 15, it is Vincent Short right behind him. You see him right there in the red and white 15 pushing him. Then Joshua Funkhauser falling right in line as well, and separated by the 51 machine of Hunter Clark. But he is right there in the mix as well. And then Aaron Smith is right there in the 70 machine. Kyle Pendergraph, you see him there with a lot of nose damage. And nose damage hurts a lot. Here in Super Speedway, you see more drivers getting ready for their pit stops. That is Aaron Smith, Brian McCumbin, Cole Pendergraph. A lot of drivers coming down. As I learn these drivers' names, you'll have to excuse me. I am doing my best. Neil Quick, Jesse King, Cole Pendergraph, Brandon Medford, Steve Singer. Everybody coming down pit road. Vincent Short moves into the race lead. Kyle Pendergraph back to second now. Joshua Funkhauser has made his way up into the third position now with the pit stops in that number 81 machine. And now you see the 14 of Kyle Pendergraph dropping to the inside for his first pit stop of the race. Joshua Funkhauser with him. Tim Schofield going as well. A little bit of contact there. Drivers getting swirly around the turns number 1 and 2. That was the 15, our current race leader of Vincent Short. And I'm not sure who the other driver was. Might have been Aaron Smith. I'm not 100% positive. Looking at it now, this might have actually been the camera that I was on when you were noticing the trucks were hard to hear. You see Vincent Short there still leading the way into turn number 1 in that 15 machine. All of the trucks in front of him right there. You see the 33, the 54, the 51, and the 38 all lapped or looking to go a lap down by the 15 of Vincent Short. Vincent Short looks like he might actually be backing off. Maybe he's saving fuel. Chris Mefford is rooting Doug Wasaki on. So if you're watching Doug, Hey, Troy Radford. I definitely know that name. I just now realized that that was you. And Vincent Short coming down for his pit stop as well. Aaron Smith will be the next to inherit the race lead once he gets caught up. He is currently working his way down the back straightaway and getting ready to head into turn number 3. Meanwhile, there's a pack looming behind him, being led by Jarrett Widener, who has led the majority of the race. Chris Wally is now moved up to second, about to take the race lead. Vincent Short just pulls out of the pits. You see him there on the apron heading into turn number 1. Nobody likes Troy. He smells funny. I've never actually had the opportunity to talk to Troy, but I definitely. And Holiday IV, I know you quite well. It's been real UDTV, and well, I hate to hear that, Sean. I hope that one day you decide to come back. Love racing with you, man, and we'll see you around, bud. Chris Wally now leading the way. That is one of the guys behind the scenes of this series. Brian McCann pushing him down into turn number 1. So Brian McCann has made his way back up to the front. See, those damages have vanished on that number 3 machine as he has taken his quick repair. The 88, however, of Brian Widener has not. See him right there, we're still with quite a bit of damages to the rear end of that machine. What does Doug's truck look like? Doug, where is Doug? Doug Wasaki. Right there's Doug in the 34, the green and white number 34. I like the green. I do like the green, but I'm a pink guy. See, what I would probably go for if I were to race in this series and ask for a paint would probably be a pink and black. That's what I would probably ask for. I'd also have to ask if I could get my team name slipped in there on the truck somewhere. Sean, if you're still watching, Brian Reich said he might be interested in your PC. He just had a crash. Still leading the way up here in this front pack, it is Chris Wally, followed by Brian McCann. Brian McCubbin. McCubbin? Is it McCubbin or McCubbin? Somebody clarify that for me. Green for liver cancer awareness. Oh, and we have a wreck going on back at the back. That is Jarrett Widener gathered up in another one. Not sure who the other truck was that got caught in that. Trying to take a look here. Not real sure, but Widener gets collected again. We stay green. A lot of damages to the front of that machine. We'll take a look at our drone camera as he's getting ready to fly by. There is the front of the 88 machine. A lot of damages to the front of that. Tough break for Widener. He had drove his way back to the front. And now look at him falling back once again. Man, we hate seeing that, especially out of the Busch Light machine. That is 100% not what you want to see out of such a good run for a driver that ends badly. Hopefully he can get that thing fixed and get back out there and get back up. We're closing in on the halfway point. Lap number 45 being the halfway point. We are getting ready to finish lap number 38 out of 90. Laps taking off fairly quickly. Running about, I want to say it's about 50 seconds a lap. We'll take a look here at the last laps to see just what we're running. We're running about 48. Let's say the average lap time right now would be about 49. Looking at everybody down the board, it would be the average lap time. out of here for these trucks. Chris Wally still leading the way in that nice looking. Oh no, I just noticed I might not be able to get the pink and black unless they invert it from that 4 machine right there on the outside of Harger. Or 66, not 4. I don't know where I got 4 from, but Harger looking to take the race lead on the outside. Oh, Harger moves up. Oh no, 4 wide. Oh, and around goes Harger. 4 wide was not the recipe. Harger actually keeps it going. It's going to be Brandon Mefford. Gets caught up again and caution flag waves. Mefford goes around. 4 wide does not end well. 3 machine of Chris Mefford. Take a look here at our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. You see them right there. They just go 4 wide. We'll try to get back a little bit further here. Let's find. Let's go here. You see him right there, 4 wide, and a contact between the 93 and the 66. That was a really tight squeeze. 4 wide is possible here, but not by much. Not a lot of drivers involved in this one. Everybody doing a good job to get by, thankfully, for them. But Brandon Mefford, you see him smoking there down the back straightaway after regathering that number 83 machine. That is a recipe for disaster going 4 wide, especially around the turns. You might get away with it down the straightaways, but around the turns, things are going to go bad. See Chris Mefford now down to pit lane. Chris Wally still leading the way. Brian McCann, Brian McCubbin, Joshua Funkhauser, and Cody Harger, your top 5. We're going to take a quick second to step aside as these drivers roll through their pit cycles here. I'll step aside and pay some bills and get a quick word from our sponsors. And we are back. As we are working on getting back to green flag. Brian McCann is back to the front. Brian Rick says who won stage 1. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure when the stage ended, and to be completely honest, I forget who was leading at the at that first caution there. I believe that it was Jarrett Widener. Not 100% sure, but I'm working on finding out who was leading at the end of that stage. Forgive me, I'm not used to announcing. Normally just a producer, so I'm multitasking to the max right now. Brian McCann, you see him slow on the infield right now. He was the race leader after the pit cycles. Not sure what's going on there. And I need to read up on the rules as well. Or was this stage 1? If this was stage 1, maybe he's the one that had won the stage, and that's why he's being put to the back. I'm looking for the stage rules as we speak. No, Cody, I would say you probably definitely were not the stage winner. Thanks for joining us. Next stage. Okay, so all races will be 200 total laps or 200 miles, whichever comes first. All races will have 3 stages. Stage 1 at 50%. Oh, okay, so this was the one that ended it. So the driver who was leading at the end of the stage was Chris Wally. Stage 2 at 30%. So got 90 laps, so 30% would be lap. So I'm so bad at math. I want to say lap. I have no idea. I have no idea. And that's gonna be hard. No, sorry, Cody. not on a broadcast. Sorry. I want to say that would be lap 65. Not 100% sure on that. Yeah, 32 would be 30%. You are correct on the 35 or 45 and 32. I'm slightly confused. Help me out here, Brian. If you can, if you're still watching. Top 3 from each stage will get an EOL. Brian McCann fell back because of the EOL for the stage win. That means Chris Wally's going to go to the back for his, or not for the stage win, but for finishing second. Chris Wally won the stage, so he would go to the rear. And I honestly missed who was in third. At 75% fuel for all races and 5 extra sets of tires. No fast repairs except at super speedways. And one fast repair at super speedways. And they have 3 green-white checkered attempts. Alright, I think I've got it caught up now. As far as where the actual stages are going to be, I'm still a little bit confused, but that doesn't take much. So we get set to go back green the entire field except for the number 4 machine is single file. Kyle Pendergraft leading the way. Kevin McCann right there on his heels in that number 33 machine. And you see the 98 of Matthew Bauer now looking to push the 33 of Kevin McCann around. You see King pushing the leader right now out to a stronger lead as it stands. The 38 working his way up there. That is going to be, is that 38 or did I see it wrong? That's certainly possible as well. That is the 38 of Dakota Clark, the third car on the inside. But your top 5 as it sits is Kyle Pendergraft, Kevin McCann, Brian McCann, Matthew Brower, and Cody Harger. You see Wally, who won the last heat, all the way back here at the back of this pack right here, and actually losing ground by the looks of it. See him right there. I'm not sure if there's maybe something wrong with that number 5 machine. Drivers coming down front straightaway into turn number 1, still leading the way. That is actually not still leading the way. Kevin McCann takes over the lead over the 14 machine of Pendergraft. King should have got his lap back. I am still showing King 1 lap down. Yes, King is still 1 lap down. There's King, Pendergraft, Harper, Quick, Trumbull, Quick, Singer, and Clark. All 1 lap or more down. Mefford and Henry have taken it pit side for the race. Kevin McCann leading the way down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. Looking to make it interesting around the outside now. That is the 98 of Matthew Brower being pushed right now by the 66. Currently being piloted. I really should know it by now. I've only said his name 100 times this race. Cody Harger. I think this is the first time I've ever seen here on Ultimate Dirt TV more viewers on the YouTube side than on the Facebook side. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and joining us no matter where you're watching from. If you're watching it on the YouTube side, if you've never done it before, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit the little notification bell. Let you know each and every time we go live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. If you're watching button, this is racing nearly every single day here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Leading the way right now, that is Kevin McCann. Matthew Brower moves his way into second, looking around the outside. He's got help from the 66 of Harger. On the inside, Pendergraft is pushing the 33, trying to keep the 33 up there in the lead, almost making contact with the 98. Drivers getting really close and cutting that air off of each other. The 98 of Brower keeping that side draft alive on the 14. Pendergraft is now bumper to bumper with McCann, pushing him. McCann gets a little bit crossed up down the back straightaway, but holds on to it. No harm, no foul. Leading the way around turns number 3 and 4. The outside row all night long has been able to get the runs down the straightaways. and keep the drive alive. It's how we've made so many passes out here tonight, is around the outside. You see him virtually even at the line that time. Brower on the outside. Kyle Pendergraft on the inside in second. And the 93 of King is pushing Pendergraft now. Inside line, getting a good run down the back straightaway and into turns number 3 and 4. Side by side still for the race lead. McCann and Brower. Brower has him at the line that time. The 66 doing a good job of pushing that 98 machine as a good train coming around the outside here. Once again, the outside line has showed all night long the ability to get the run, get the push. Now the inside gets the momentum back. The 14 of Pendergraft now jumps out of the line and moves up to the top. He's now looking to take the race lead back away from Kevin McCann. Give it to him out of turn number 4 right there down. Sorry, turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Pendergraft now up to the race lead. Started to look low and does better of it, as that probably would have resulted in a wreck. McCann now with the run on the inside, being pushed by King in the number 93 machine. You see just coming across the bottom of the screen, that is the other McCann of Brian. And I missed who the other name was across the windshield of that machine. McCann takes the lead back at the stripe for lap number 55. Is now leading the way with Brower still giving him the put, or not Brower, that is the 93 of King, still giving the push on the inside. Lapped cars doing a lot of work for the leaders out here. Cole Pendergraft now third car on the inside line, another lap car. Kyle Pendergraft with the advantage coming into the tri-oval, but McCann able to prevail at the stripe. A lot more cars are looking on the outside right now, pushing their way around. I love super speedway racing. I love getting out there and running the draft and working the draft, try to work my way through. The last time I had a super speedway race, I think it was the last time, I actually came out in second in the ARCA series after being the lap 3 caution. Because of the lap 3 caution, things did not end well for me in that caution, but I managed to get repairs and make it back out, and I actually brought home second. Not bad for a dirt guy. Leading the way now, breaking away from the second place driver, or now third place driver, I should say, of Kyle Pendergraft, is that 33 of McCann, being pushed by Jesse King. And don't look now, but the 3 car of Brian McCann is now working his way through. And we have smoke out of somebody back there at the back. That is going to be Jarrett Widener once again, it looks like. Jarrett Widener as well as Neil Quick, both getting into it. Take a quick look here and see just what happened for that number 88 machine this time. See the 2-car up top. Gets 3 wide. 2-car goes to avoid the car getting into the wall. And comes across the 88 of Widener. That 3-car of Brian McCann actually wound up going a lap down. Not sure how that happened. But McCann is now a lap down and is actually racing for his lap back. I'm not sure if that is accurate or if my timing and scoring is showing something that it shouldn't. So I'm not sure how McCann would have gone a lap down as he was in second at that last caution at the stage break. But he has raced his way back past the field and is now on the outside of your race leader of Kevin McCann. So the 2 McCanns out in front right now leading the way. With Brian McCann actually a lap down at the moment. Brian McCann currently being pushed by the 66. That is Cody Harger. No doubt Harger is hoping that Brian McCann, after coming through the entire field once again, will pull him to the race win, race lead. And I am admittedly not sure what to think right now with the timing and scoring. Oh no, and massive contact between the 14 of Cody Harger and the 14 of Kyle Pendergraft and 66 Cody Harger. As we stay green, they spun it off the track and did not bring out a caution. Pendergraft now down pit road. Here comes Harger. He's probably going to bring it down as well. That is a recipe for disaster for their race finish. Best they can hope for now is a caution for the leaders. Make it back around. You see him coming down the back straightaway right now. Not a lot of time for them to get out of the pits and get going without going a lap down. You see Brian McCann pulls down in front of Kevin. And now leading the charge on the inside line. Here comes the 98 of Matthew Brower now working his way around the outside. And I must have accidentally clicked it, but we are now looking back at Joshua Funkhauser. Looked away for a second, looked back. We're looking back. The back of the lead pack. Now Brower is falling back, but he's only falling back behind lapped cars, according to the timing tower. Out there on the outside, almost all alone. Now he is getting help from the 4 machine of Mike Harper. But the McCanns right now leading the charge around the track. The 3-car of Brian McCann a lap down the 33 of Kevin McCann, pushing him. He is our current race leader. And if I'm completely honest, I feel like my timing and scoring is actually incorrect. And if that is the case, then I have no idea where these drivers actually are. Because Brian McCann right now should be in the race lead. I'm not sure how he went a lap down unless I missed something. but he is currently leading the charge over Kevin McCann. We got Matthew Brower. Still charging in second. You see him right there in that 98 machine, the fourth car in line. Doug Wasaki and Tim Schofield taking it pit side to get their fuel up. If I'm not mistaken, this should be another stage finish here. Coming very soon. The charge being led by Kevin McCann as he pushes Brian McCann, a lapped car according to our timing and scoring around the field, around the track. Our top five right now, Jesse King takes it pit side in the 93. Leading the way right now, it is Kevin McCann, followed by Matthew Brower in second. Eric Dawson in third. Vincent Short, Joshua Funkhauser now in fourth. Vincent Short in fifth. Aaron Smith in sixth. You see him actually fairly slow down the back straightaway. Hunter Clark 7th, Chris Wally 8th, Brian McCann 9th, and Brian McCubbin rounding out your top 10. And Brian McCubbin in 10th place right now. You see him, he's actually the third car in line for those three drivers right there. And he is actually a lap down according to the timing of scoring. So our race leader on our timing and scoring right now is Kevin McCann, sandwiched between Brian McCann and Brian McCubbin in 9th and 10th. Coming around the outside now is Cole Pendergraph. He is currently sitting in the 11th spot. So 9th, 10th, and 11th. All right there racing around the race leader of Kevin McCann. Almost looks like McCann right now is being protected by lap traffic. They almost had a box formed around him with the A car on his outside. Kevin McCann relinquishes the lead to take a pit side and fuel up. This could be the money stop for Kevin McCann. Joshua Funkhauser in that 81 machine now moves into the race lead as Matthew Brower takes a pit side as well. It's going to shake things up. We'll see exactly how drivers land and what happens for them. Chris Wally now takes it pit side, takes that number 5 machine pit side, as well as Vincent Short in third, giving up his position. Cook Quick, the 15 machine of Vincent Short, getting hard on the binders to not speed onto the pit road. We'll have to find out if that causes a caution. And lap 70 rolls in. I believe that is going to be the end of stage. Is that the end of stage 2? Is that the end of stage 3? I feel like I'm missing a lot here. believe that's going to be the end of the stage because I'm not showing anything on my scoring tower that would cause a caution. But Joshua Funkhauser in the number 81 machine. I believe that's the end of the stage. So Joshua Funkhauser, Eric Dodson, Aaron Smith, your top three. Bringing it back for, if I'm correct.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm a big old rock, there is none higher. Sorry MCs should call me sire. To rock my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Then we rock the party and come correct. All crystal on time and rock connect. Got that for elect. Another rapper can't stand it, but give us respect. I wanna rock.
Alright, forgive me there, calling me there. Drivers now coming down pit road. Funkhauser, Dotson, McCann, Clark, Brower, McCubbin, Harper, everybody coming in for what could be their final pit stops of the race. We'll find out in a moment. We'll come back here on Ultimate Dirt TV live from the virtual Daytona Motor Speedway with the Spartan Logistics iRacing IROC Challenge Series. Back in a moment. as the lights are out on the official iRacing pace car here at the Daytona International Speedway. Lap number 74 in the books. 16 to run when we come back green, this time by for Kevin McCann. Brian McCann is now showing back on the lead lap in that second position. Getting ready to come out of turn number 4 now. Pace car going to dive off. I'm used to saying pace truck. Used to calling it a truck because dirt we use the truck. 33 of Kevin McCann takes the green flag. Sticking right with him is Brian McCann. Fantastic start from both drivers now down the front straightaway. Side by side, 3 and 33. Second row is going to be 51 of Hunter Clark and 98 of Matthew Brower. Chris Wally, you see him outside the third row, but he is now showing 1 lap down. Now he's showing back on the lead lap. I honestly have no idea what to think right now, as I feel like the timing and scoring is not accurate, as it's showing Chris Wally in 10th and a lap down, so I really have no idea. Brian McCann leading the way as he moved down in front of Kevin McCann as they sit 1 and 2, 3 and 33. Matthew Brower in that third position in that number 98 machine. Chris Wally up there behind him, pushing him. The 51 of Hunter Clark looks to take over third from Matthew Brower. Matthew Brower now falls back into fourth. It's that outside road, not getting the run that they've gotten all night long. See him now starting to fight back on the outside, and contact between the 98, the 5, and I'm not even sure who else got in the mess there, caught up in contact. Eric Dotson gets caught up in the 87, Chris Wally, Matthew Brower. Look here at Eric Dodson. Eric Dodson actually did not get caught up, as he just went through the grass to try to get by. He made it past safely. Take a look here. You see him. And then Chris Wally actually comes down and catches the rear end of the 51 machine of Hunter Clark, causing the whole thing. That's gotta sting. You see Matthew Brower sitting there in the pits. A lot of damages to the front end of that machine. He doesn't even have a hood on it anymore. Brian McCann now leading the way in that number 3 machine. Kevin McCann behind him. Hunter Clark third. Brian McCubbin fourth, and Aaron Smith rounding out your top 5. And then it is Dodson, Harper, Quick, Widener, and Schofield. I guess that actually rounds up your top 11. Get the gist. Drivers heading down pit road. That's Clark, McCubbin, Smith, Short, Dotson, Harper, Quick, Schofield, Funkhauser, Singer, Brower, Neal, Wally, all on pit lane. The McCanns stay out on the track, as well as Widener, Harger, King, Wasaki, Trumbull, Pendergraft, Clark, Pendergraft, Mefford, and Henry. So, handful of those drivers, two Pendergrafts, Brandon Mefford and Matt Henry, are all out of this race. The rest of them have taken a pit side or are still out on the track waiting to get their free pass, or hoping to get their free pass, as the McCanns stayed out and did not pit. So that takes away from those drivers to get their free pass. So all we're going to get is a lucky dog. Lights are out on the pace car coming out of turn number 4, getting ready to take the green flag. Brian McCann, Kevin McCann, your front row. They've just swapped from where they were the last restart. Brian, the 09 in third. The green flag is out. And immediately Kevin McCann falls in behind Brian McCann. Now nose to tail. The 09 of McCubbin is now pushing them around the track. Top 3 breaking away from the rest of the field, staying single file. Then you got Vincent Short right there in the 15. Followed by the 87 of Eric Dawson. Hunter Clark. And Aaron Smith back there in the gaggle of cars. See him right there in that yellow and black number 70. Now looking to try to make his way around the lap traffic and get his way up there to the front. And get the chance to fight for it. 81 laps down, 9 left to go as we work our way around here on lap number 82. 9 laps to go for the McCanns, McCubbin, Clark, Short, your top 5. Can Brian McCann hold on to it over Kevin McCann, or will Kevin McCann jump out of line and try to go for a pass? If he does, I suspect it'll be out of turn number 4 here on lap number 90. Meanwhile, it looks like a line is starting to form around the outside. That's the 15 machine of Vincent Short. And pushing him is going to be Dotson, Eric Dotson, the number 87. It's the 3-car tandem running outside, but on the inside as they are 5 cars deep and clear on the inside with Brian McCann, Kevin McCann, McCubbin, and then Clark. Joining that lead pack is the number 4 machine of Mike Harper. Currently joining that top 5 pack. Here comes 3 cars on the outside. They're actually starting to get a run now. The 15 and the 51 side by side. The 15, 87, and 70. The 70 of Aaron Smith has now worked his way up there. These drivers looking very strong on the outside and looking like they might have something to work their way back past the fields. They were 5 cars deep, and now they're currently only 3 cars deep and side by side with the 4th. Brian McCann still leading the way. Kevin McCann pushing him, and then Brian McCubbin. Kevin McCann currently sitting in a Brian sandwich. As they work their way down the back straight with the top 3 out there right now, all single filed out. Cody Harper. Then we're currently 5 laps to go. 85 down, 5 to go. For round number 1 of the iRacing IROC Truck Series here at Daytona. Brian McCann still leading the way over Kevin McCann. Brian McCubbin in 3rd right now. The outside row still trying to make it work. And contact! Around goes Aaron Smith. Smith sliding through the infield. Caution is out. And we're going to have a green-white checkered. Take a look here at our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Look at it from the sky. You see him. This looks like the 12 machine of Tim Schofield gets into the back of the 70 car, sending him around. This is going to shake things up in the front. You see him right there. 12 car comes up, gets contact into the number 88 of Widener, which hooks him into the 70 of Aaron Smith. And around went Aaron Smith. A tough break. However, Aaron Smith was running in 7th, and as it stands right now, he is still sitting in 7th. Out of 25 cars to take the starting grid, only 8 remain on the lead lap. Those 8 drivers being Brian McCann, your leader. Kevin McCann is second. Brian McCubbin in third. Hunter Clark in fourth. Vincent Short in fifth. Eric Dodson in sixth. Aaron Smith, seventh. And Cody Harger are your 8 lead lap cars. Will Kevin be able to get the start over Brian? Will Brian McCubbin be able to pull off the slingshot and get around both of the McCanns here on this green-white checkered attempt? Or will we have another caution and it be somebody completely unexpected anywhere within that top 8? Here we go, green-white checkered attempt number 1. The McCanns are still your front row. McCubbin still in third. Clark fourth. Short fifth. Who will come home with the win? Brian McCann back on the loud pedal. McCubbin now under attack for third. He did not get the start that he did in the last time. Was able to drop down into the inside row. Coming up into second, it is McCubbin. McCubbin throwing his hat in the ring for the race lead. The number 15 of Vincent Short. Don't count him out yet. He is sitting there in fourth and getting a run as well. Kevin McCann all alone on the outside right now. Here comes the 51. That is Hunter Clark hoping for a miracle around the outside as just those two drivers are looking on the outside. Will they be able to make it work? It's not looking like it at the moment, but anything could happen on a race day. Brian McCann still leading the way. White flag in the air for Brian McCann. Your top three right now: Brian McCann, Brian McCubbin, Kevin McCann, Vincent Short, Hunter Clark. Out of turn number 2, Brian McCann still leading the way. Kevin McCann looking to get around the outside of the field. Now side by side, the McCanns go down the back straightaway. Turn number 3, inside, getting the push, going around, everybody holding on to it. Kevin McCann goes around. Brian McCann is going to be your race winner. Eric Dodson in second. Hunter Clark in third. Aaron Smith fourth. Vincent Short in fifth. Your unofficial top 5. So we'll take a look here momentarily at your official results. But what a turn of events are coming to the finish. Brian McCann with the race win. Dodson, Clark, Smith, Short, McCumbin, Harper, Harger, Cook, Schofield, King, Singer, Trumbull, your unofficial top 15. What for round number 1 here at Daytona for the Spartan Logistics iRacing IROC Challenge Series. Take a look here at our official results. And it will be Brian McCann, Eric Dawson, Hunter Clark, Aaron Smith, Vincent Short, your top 5. McCubbin, Harper, Harger, McCann, and Widener, your top 10. Quick, Schofield, King, Singer, Trumbull, Trumbly. I think I've been calling him the wrong name the whole time. Trumbly, Wasaki, Quick, Clark, Funkhauser, Brower, your top 20. Wally, Pendergraft, Mefford, and Henry rounding out the field. What a finish here at Daytona. Take a look, see if our drivers are here and ready for their interviews. And they are indeed. So we're going to go ahead and start with our third place finisher, Hunter Clark. Hunter managing to bring it up there for a third place finish after an intense green-white checkered and a last lap contact there. What a run. Man, it was awesome. I thought everybody was going to be able to keep it going because as the camera changed, I saw the contact, then the camera changed, and I lost it there for a second. And then when everybody come back, it looked like they were going straight, and then all of a sudden I seen Kevin going around, and I look back and there's you and Eric Dodson up in second and third, and what a finish, man. You're up 21 spots from where you started. That would be 24th. What a run. Well, a fantastic finish. With that, I'm going to let you go ahead and thank your sponsors and everybody who helps you get up there. Well, fantastic finish for a fantastic race. Thanks again, and we hope to see you back next week. Second place finisher has not made it in here yet. We'll see if we can get a word with him before it's all said and done. But coming home with pretty dominant lead, I think you might have led the most laps. It's Brian McCann. Brian, what a fantastic race. You put on an awesome show and came back through the field. And if I'm not mistaken, you got the EOL for being in the top 3 at the end of one of the stages. Am I correct on that? Okay, and the one thing that I saw that I want to get clarification on, it was showing on my timing and scoring that you were a lap down all the way up to the next caution. Were you actually a lap down, or was my timing and scoring messed up? So you're able to hold on to it. That explains a lot. I'm sitting here, I'm watching, I'm like, there's so much that I was so confused about sitting there watching. I'm watching all the lap cars up there, and then the lead cars, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I started doubting my timing and scoring. But now I know. But man, what an awesome run, managing just barely to hold on to the lead lap, and then coming back around and coming home with a win. It's gotta feel good.
Be able to be lucky and finish that race in first for the first race of the season 3 is just amazing.
What a fantastic run that was. And so I'm gonna go ahead and let you thank your sponsors, everybody who helps you get up here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife, my family, Chris as always for putting this show on, and everybody else that helps them, all the sponsors of the season, to be a part of this, everything that everybody does, the rewards, the plaques, trophies, it's all an amazing experience. I love to come out here and race every night with these guys.
Congratulations again on your win. And we hope to see you back next week and back in full force once again.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Our second place driver of Eric Dawson did not make it in for an interview. And I do want to go ahead and apologize. I see comments there saying that Discord isn't working, can't hear interviews. Sometimes I have to reset the audio on the streaming software. I'm not really sure why, but sometimes it shows that it's coming through on my end, but then it doesn't show up on the streaming side. So I hope you at least got to hear the end of McCann's interview. With that, we want to go ahead and thank the iRacing IROC Challenge Series for having us on here tonight for their opening night and for their series. I want to thank Spartan Logistics for sponsoring the series, as well as all the other sponsors. You see them down there on the bottom right of the screen. iRacers Lounge. I'm actually going to pull them up so I don't miss any here. So sponsoring tonight, we got iRacers Lounge Podcast, R&R Racewear, Loud Pedal Gaming, Evidence-Based Mommy, I believe that's all of them. Caught the last part of McCann. Yes, I do apologize. Thank you for confirming that. I did need to reset that. But with that, We'd like to thank our sponsors over here at Ultimate Dirt TV, World of Thunder Esports League, Heatwave Designs, SRT Australia, Spartan Transportation LLC, Speed Shop 51. Am I forgetting anybody? And the sponsor of our starting grid and results, LockedOnLads.com, for all that you do here. Oh, and FEG PC, Brian Reich. You're going to do PC, go check them out at FEGPC.com. With that, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out and watching this. We'll see you back here. What is today? Today is Thursday, so our next race is going to be on Sunday with World of Thunder Esports League, I believe. I don't think we have anything tomorrow or Saturday, so we'll see you then. I am BJ Duvall, signing up. We'll see you next time.